We're going to have 13 boats in the first flight. I didn't pay attention to when I first ran the random flight thing, but Nelsonville's prom is today, and so the team from there, from Zanesville, is going to have to check out at 11 o'clock. That doesn't affect anybody else. Aaron or I are going to be back here. The weigh-in's going to be filmed.
Change, and we got 3 fish. I mean, it just happened in the span of 10 minutes probably.
10 minutes. So what did you catch yours on today?
One of them on a chatterbait and the other one's on a tube.
Tube and a chatterbait. Gage, how about you?
A crawl.
On a crawdad. All right. So we got 3 fish that we're going to weigh in here. We're going to see what they got. They do have 1 fish we're going to weigh in for big bass. So go ahead, guys, and bring those fish over here. Hand me the big one. So we got a couple real nice fish here. Almost need the balance beam. We can weigh them both if you want to, one at a time. See what we got. All right, let me take that one. So let's go over here to the scales. Looks like this bass is going to cooperate with us. All right, 2.31 pounds for big fish. So okay, we got 2.31, got a lock on it. Let's swap that out and just weigh that other one just in case. Can come down to ounces. Now today I do want to remind everybody that the scales of justice that are here, there you go, are brought to you in part by Clark Law Office today. They're doing a great job of helping us sponsor. We're going to weigh this one to see big bass, and then we will weigh all 3 of them at once. 2.45 pounds. So we do have a little bit bigger bass there. All right, go ahead and put this one. We're going to switch them out again?
No.
Okay.
We're gonna put them all
yeah, put this one in there. Take this one. We'll get it in there and see what they got. All right, this is Jacob and Gabe's first appearance here on the Southern Ohio Circuit, and we're setting at 6.37 pounds for your leaders today right there. Well, gentlemen, that was great. We appreciate it. We know you got to get out. If you would, go ahead and hold those beautiful bass up right here in front of the camera. That way we'll get some opportunities for you to get those in there, and then we'll get them puppies back into the water. All right, so there you go, our current leaders at 6. All right, Bryn Mawr, the weather is finally broke and it's starting to come to us, so we're going to try to go through the weigh-in as quick as we can. We got all the boats off the water, so we're going to be safe, and we're going to try to just get this thing rolling. First set of anglers we're going to have come up are from JHS Bass. We have Mr. Shy Chambers and Mr. Jonah Armstrong. So Shy, how'd it go today?
Not too good for us. We didn't catch any, but we caught a crappie.
Caught a crappie. So who caught the crappie?
I did.
You did. How'd you catch the crappie?
I caught it on a blue and green Strike King crankbait.
Blue and green Strike King crankbait. All right. Did you guys have any fish that got off?
Yeah, I had 2 that came off, and they were both decent size. They would have been keepers.
Would have been keepers. Jonah, how did today go for you?
It was slow. I didn't get any bites at all. Maybe like 1, but
just very slow.
Very slow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, guys. We'll look forward to seeing you on May the 2nd at the next tournament. We'll go ahead and have you go over to the side here and go ahead and take off. All right. We got a next set of anglers coming up. All right. Can you look right out there at the camera and introduce yourselves to everybody on the live stream?
I'm Lucas Brenner.
I'm Brian Hammond.
All right. And who do you guys fish for?
Wellston.
Wellston. So this is your first year, and you guys have just started the tournament. So how did the day go for you?
Pretty good. We just couldn't get anything to bite. We had a couple hooks out there. We couldn't get anything to bite.
All right. So did you have any hits today?
I had 2 hits.
2 hits. All right,
2 bass.
guys. We look forward to seeing you next time at May the 2nd. Go ahead and run on through here. Just in case he's in the camera right here is Waverly's coach, Daniel Sand, helping us out. All right, so can you introduce yourselves to the people at home?
I'm Sam Faulkner.
I'm Mark Yanko.
And who do you guys fish for?
Waverly.
The Waverly Tigers. Coach Daniel Sand right here on cue. All right, so how did the day go for you?
You know, we didn't get much. We got 1 crappie, but we're just glad to be out here and have this opportunity. We just thank God that we have this opportunity.
What do you think?
Enjoyed it. Love being outside. It was great.
Great. All right, guys, we look forward. Oh, go ahead.
I want to give thanks to our sponsors, Waverly Tire and Oak Ridge Financial, for supporting us through all of our fishing needs.
All right, is there anybody you'd like to thank besides God?
He said our sponsors, so.
That's good. All right, well, guys, we look forward to seeing you on May the 2nd. Go ahead and head on out. All right. So now I believe we're going to have some wanglers that have some fish come up right now. Coming from the Vinton County Independent Anglers, one Mr. Jay Smith and his new partner,
Trace and Bay.
All right, sir. So, guys, you got the rain suits on. You were prepared. How did they go today, Jay?
It went slow to start off the morning, but as the day progressed, it got a lot better.
Got a lot better. So how many fish did you guys bring in?
We ended up getting 2. We had 1 under, and then he lost a really good fish.
Oh, so let's hear about that fish you lost.
Yeah, back in the cove, throwing a chartreuse chatterbait. He jumped up, spit it, broke my heart. It was every bit of 5 pounds, 4 pounds at least.
Oh.
I was sick. It was bad. But got a good one in the boat, made up for it, so we'll see how that goes.
All right, so now. Can't hear him. Okay, try a little bit louder. Recount that heartbreak, sir. Talk as loud as you can.
All right, so I was ripping a chartreuse chatterbait through some lily pads. Felt a bite. Wasn't too sure though. Didn't get a good hook set on him, and he jumped up, spat it out on me. It was rough, broke my heart, but we got a good one in the boat though, make up for it, so feel a little better.
All right, so we had one team that had to leave early and miss the festivities of Mother Nature with all the rain coming here. That was Nelsonville, so our current leaders at 6.3 pounds are the Renegades. So let's take a look.
They got 358.
358, so take your ticket, try to keep it dry. What is their big bass?
Right there, 308.
308, so they got the new big bass right now. Woohoo! Congratulations, guys.
Okay.
Thank you.
We'll have you guys head on out. Well, wait a minute. Go ahead and try to get a quick picture with your fish. Man, that is a nice bass. All right, look at that. That is a Burr Oak beautiful bass right there. Let's go. Atta-way, Jay. You picked a good partner, my friend. All right, you guys go ahead, take him out there, dump him off, try to keep one of your tickets clean, try to keep the other one somewhere, throw it underneath the Chromebook or something. Give him one of them tickets back, Jay.
358 tickets.
All righty. So next anglers we have coming up are going to be from Oak Hill. So let's have them come on in there. All right, gentlemen, please put your fish in the sink. Come over here and all right, so Quentin Chambers and
Colt Hughes.
Colton Hughes. All right, you guys got to speak really loud, act like you're talking to a grandpa, okay?
All right.
All right, so tell us about your day. How many fish you guys end up with?
We ended up with 1 fish today. Started out pretty slow. I lost about a 2 or 3 pounder. But yeah.
So how did you catch the fish you caught?
You have to ask him. He was the one that caught it.
I caught it on a Yum Dinger, a blue and black one. So
Awesome.
just Texas rigged.
Texas rigged. All right, who would you guys like to thank for making the day possible for you to fish?
I'd like to thank Oak Medical and the Copper Oak in Oak Hill.
I'd like to thank Dunn's Heating and Cooling and River Valley Stone and Mulch.
All right, so let's see what you guys got for a weight. 0.54 pounds. All right, that gets you guys some valuable points. We'll see you guys May the 2nd at the next tournament. All right, got 2 more anglers from Jackson coming in. These guys have 2 fish. Mr. Brady Kearns and Mr. Cohen Oyer. All right, Brady, so let's hear. How'd today go?
Not good. Not at all good.
Not
it
at all
really,
good.
really sucked.
Did you get any like dinks, or did you just not have a lot of bites? All right, go ahead and grab that side there just to make sure we got a hold of it. Cohen, how did your day go?
About the same.
About the same. So you guys did catch 2 fish. Did each of you catch 1?
Yeah.
All right, Cohen, tell me about your fish catch.
We were just ripping chatterbaits through grass, and there happened to be one there.
All right, any size to it, you think?
No.
Not a 3-pounder.
I missed like a 4-pounder like 20 minutes ago. Would have helped out a lot.
Oh, man. So what were you fishing? What'd you catch the fish you caught on?
It's called a puzzle piece, like grass puzzle piece.
A grass puzzle piece.
It's from Japan.
From Japan. So new interesting bait, got some imports going. Their weight was?
1.28.
1.28. All right, guys, take your ticket. Oh, wait a minute. Who would you like to thank for being here today, Colson?
First and foremost, I'd like to thank the Lord. I'd also like to thank Warriors for Christ Ministries and the Rock Worship Center. And I'd like to thank HK Sound and Atomic Credit Union.
All right, guys, go ahead and take your ticket. Try to keep it dry and head on out. Next set of anglers coming up. Now, again, right now, first place is 6.37 pounds. All right, so we got another team from Wellston coming in here, guys. How did you do today?
Not too bad.
Not too bad. We got Alex Fee
Ryland Moore.
and Ryland Moore. Got 2 fish, all right? So how did you catch that fish? Did you catch them both?
I caught him.
You caught them both. All right, so how did you catch them?
We were flipping and pitching white flukes along the bank, reeling them slow and working them slow.
Working them slow. All right, so you guys got 2 pounds. Hey, Daniel, can we maybe get one more member or somebody over here to hold down that other side? Yeah. All right, so you guys were throwing a white fluke, right? All right, so who would you like to thank for today?
My captain, Gabe Taylor.
Your captain, Gabe Taylor. That is the Gabe Taylor who's famous for fishing here and catching big fish, now fishing at the University of Rio Grande with one Mr. Cohen Oyer, who's being the multi-tool right now, holding down the thing, taking care of the weigh-in bag and helping Aaron. All right, guys, you ended up at 1.06 pounds. So you guys go ahead and head on out. Our next angler is coming up from Waverly.
Hey, guys.
Guys, take them fish out there. If you want to get pictures, go ahead. Yeah. All right, sir. So, you ended up fishing with an observer today, but can you give us your name and tell everybody in the studio audience who you are?
I'm Christian Wilburn, and I'd like to thank my dad and my other observer, Dave, for coming with me today.
So how did the fishing go for you?
It was good in the afternoon, and then it got roughed in the evening around 1.
So how many fish did you bring to the scales?
I caught 3.
Caught 3. All right, so how did you catch those bass?
The first one, I was going on some docks, just flipping a Ned rig around. And then in the afternoon, I was skipping under some trees and some logs with the 5-inch Yamanote Cinco.
All right, so let's see what those fish weigh. Oh, we had a fish escape. Man, that must have been a hard fish to catch, sir.
This isn't worth it anymore, so I can't give anybody's name. So
let's print the tickets, though. Keep the tickets. Keep the tickets. All right. All right, so we got all 3 fish in. Let's see what they weigh out. Coming to the scales, 1.84 pounds. So congratulations, sir. Who would you like to thank for today?
My dad and Dave, and also Brookbridge Financial and Waverly Tire.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Get your sponsors in there every time. Hey, Kristen, get and take those fish. You want to grab a picture with somebody, get them, then get them back in Burr Oak. All right, next set of anglers is from Jackson. We have Hannah Wyatt and we have Landon Wiseman, Stebleton. I'll get it right before the season's over, I promise. All right, Hannah, so how did it go today?
It was warm and sunny. We caught a catfish and some bluegill, and now it's wet and cold.
But did you come up with any bass?
Yes, 1.
Got 1 bass. So tell us about that fish catch. How did you land that beast?
On a flick shake, on the bank side.
All right, so That fish weighs 0.71 pounds. Who would you like to thank today for making it able for you to fish?
Atomic Credit Union and RJ Gas.
I would like to thank Slark's Automotive Services and Southern Ohio Smiles.
All right, do you feel like you learned anything today, Landon, to help you at next tournament?
I learned catfish still suck.
All right, so guys, here's your ticket. Take that, try to keep it dry. Take your fish. You can go over the side there and get your picture. And we're going to move on to Miss Olivia Stacy and Mr. Grant Regal from JHS Bass. I believe they have a 5-fish limit. So come on up here, guys. Let's get up here and let's talk about today. How many fish did you guys catch all day today, you think, Grant?
5 fish today.
5 fish today. Would you have any non-keepers?
We had, I think, 2 non-keepers.
2 non-keepers. So how did you catch the fish you caught today, Grant?
So I caught one on my Nico rig right at the bank, and then I had 2 on a swim bait, kind of like right off the bank, kind of like off water, and then I had one with a deep diving crankbait.
All right, so Olivia, how did you do?
It was a kind of a slow day for me. It finally started to pick up and I caught one of the keepers, but kept our heads high and we got a bag.
All right, so Grant, I heard you had a couple come off.
I did. I had probably about a 2.5 pounder come off right at the boat. Just didn't get them stuck enough in the mouth.
All right, so who would you guys like to thank for making the day possible?
I'd like to thank Martimus Training, Dave Strickland State Farm Insurance, 13 Fishing, and Crush City Baits.
Olivia?
I'd like to thank Hire and Bryn Mawr Construction.
All right, now the word on the street is you guys might have a bass for big bass. Is that correct?
Maybe.
Maybe. All right, Grant, tell us how you caught that fish, what you caught it on.
All right, I caught our biggest fish on a, oh shoot, what was it called? Spro, rock crawler, and probably about 18, 20 foot water.
All right, so we have a new big bass at 4.60 pounds. And new leaders at 7.28 pounds, Olivia Stacy and Grant Regal. All right, quickly try to grab those fish and hold them up. Probably just go 2 at a time. Go the big one and then another one. Leave the small one in there just for time's sake. Whoa. All right, don't worry about that right now. Did you keep that receipt?
Yeah, I got big bass in there.
Okay. All right, so here we go. There is another beautiful big bass from Burr Oak today, caught by Mr. Grant Regal. All right, now if we had the hot seat people, you guys would be on it right now.
You don't have the mesh bag's not in there, so you can just dump it back in.
All right, so we have probably somewhere to stay dry, somewhere maybe. I think I kept their ticket, but all right, we got 2 anglers coming up from Sims Valley. All right, guys, come on in here. We'll let them check your fish. How many fish do you guys have, gentlemen? Go ahead and look out here.
We got 5.
Got a 5-fish limit.
Yeah.
All right, so who are you guys?
Caleb Mount and
Caleb Mount.
Ashley Littlejohn.
And Ashton Littlejohn. So how did we catch those fish today, guys?
You know, very different methods. Mainly finesse on beds and stuff.
Finesse on beds. So you did see some bedding fish even in that dark water.
Yeah.
All right. So how many fish do you think you guys caught all together, Caleb?
Probably about 10, 11.
About 10 or 11. All right,
I'd
so
say.
what do you think you caught your biggest bass on today?
Probably worm.
Probably a worm.
Drop
About how deep of water do you see that bed in?
It was about 5.
About 5 feet deep?
Yep.
All right, so you got 5 fish, all alive for 3.94 pounds. All right, so thank you guys. We're going to see you May the 2nd, next tournament. All right, thanks for joining our circuit. We appreciate you being here. Head on out. All right, we got one gentleman here. He's built quite a resume already. He's been to the World Finals. He's had a well, he's qualified for the National Championship. He's done a lot of things here angling. So Mr. Carson Harris, come on up here, and your partner is Carter?
Rumley.
Carter Rumley. All right, I had first name, couldn't remember seconds. How many fish do you think you guys caught all today?
Probably 20, 25 fish.
20, 25 fish. So Carter, how'd you do?
Wasn't my best today.
Huh?
Wasn't my best today.
Wasn't your best today? What kind of baits were you throwing?
1.5.
1 point. Did you wait till after 11-8? Oh, Mr. Harris broke the rule. This guy is famous for killing them on the 1.5 square bill. Looks like he had a great day again here today. So what do you think your biggest bass might be, sir?
I don't know, probably 2.5.
2.5. So you guys got a real solid bag, probably all about the same size. So about what depth were you working?
Right in the rocks.
Right in the rocks.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so right now it doesn't look like you're going to get big bass, but we do have new leaders at 8.89 pounds, Harris and Rumley. All right, guys, take that right there. Who would you, oh, wait a minute. Who would you guys like to thank for making the day possible?
My dad.
Your dad. He's done a lot of work and has really helped out your guys' program. By the way, these guys are from Gallia Academy. I forgot to mention that. Carter, is there anybody else you'd like to thank?
My dad for buying my baits.
Hey, that is your sponsor technically right now. All right, congratulations, guys. You're technically on the hot seat right now. It might be a little cold because of the rain, but go ahead and sit over there and grab your fish. If you want to hold them up here for the audience at home, so we can try to get a good look at the 5 fish. A big bag right now is in the lead.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your leaders. Harris and Rumley with 8.89 pounds right now. Let's go, guys. Hey, all on the same 1.5, Mr. Harris?
Yep.
All right. I heard that's custom painted, isn't it? One you made? No? All right. We'll keep that secret close to our hearts here and see what they can do on May the 2nd. All right, next set of anglers coming up. Austin Walker and Cyrus Bannering are bringing up here to the stage some fish. Going to help out very much in the very valuable points race for national qualifiers. Act like you guys been here before. You can trust them guys behind you. Look out here at the studio audience and tell us about the day, Austin.
Well, today, I mean, it was pretty solid at the start. We were kind of hanging out in coves. I mean, doing some pretty good fishing. We were fishing with Ned rigs on, what, 3.25-inch Yum Dinger?
Yeah.
Does that sound about right? Green Pumpkin? Yeah, I mean, it was really quick at first, and it slowed down midday. And then, I mean, I came in clutch at the very end, caught a nice 12.5-incher.
Got one right there that could be caught. All right, so, Austin, how'd your day go? Well, I'm sorry, take 2. Cyrus, how did your days go?
It was pretty all right. I caught a lot of small ones in the beginning, and then towards the end I did come up with one 10.5, I think. I was using a wacky rig, watermelon seed, Zoom trick worm.
All right, so who would you like to thank for making the day possible?
Geiger Brothers and Iron City Pipe and Implement.
Awesome.
And I'd like to thank the VFW and the Josh Eggers Scholarship Foundation.
All right, guys, thank you very much. You end up with 2.25 pounds. So grab your fish and go ahead and head out for a photo op maybe, or just put them back in the lake. All right, they got a limit, right? Michael? Yeah. All right, another 5-fish limit coming up here. Oh, they're looking serious, guys. We got 2 people holding on to the bag. This could be a challenge to Mr. Harris and Mr. Rumley. Come on up here, Michael Stevens and Mr. Hunter Pennington. Now, this is becoming a pretty popular thing. You guys bringing in the top limit, or a limit, all right? You got a limit this time. Last time you had the most fish in the practice round. You had a great fall season. So, Michael, tell us about how today went.
Today was pretty great. We caught 4 of our fish in the first hour. So this morning was our strong suit, probably. But earlier in the day, the bite slowed down. But we ended up getting a 5-fish limit and calling some of them fish out.
All right, so Hunter, how did you catch your fish today?
I was using a black and blue crawl on some laydowns and brush piles.
All right, so you guys think you got anything over 4 pounds challenging for big bass?
No.
No, okay, you guys got a 5-fish limit of 4.78 pounds, which is definitely gonna put you guys in the top, probably the top 5 right now. Gave us both of them.
I've got 4 of them.
Oh, okay. All right, so that's going to help you guys out in trying to qualify again, Michael, for being a national championship contender. So are you prepared? Are you ready to go next time on May the 2nd, wherever we may end up fishing?
I don't know, something I have to look forward to. I definitely want to fish, though.
All right, so guys, we want to thank you, all right? You guys been doing great. So we will keep moving here. We'll keep weighing going on along. I think we can. All right, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties with some power. Next up, we have 2 anglers from JHS Bass that had done very well in the World Finals. I keep looking to the side. I apologize to everybody at home. Mr. Nick Saunders and Ms. Lakin Saunders. So how'd your guys' day go to Nick?
Well, it was pretty bad early on, and we just changed some things up and figured a few things out and caught some fish.
How many fish did you guys bring in?
We brought 5 in.
5 in. Lakin, how'd you do today?
I started off good. I caught our first fish keeper of the day, and then I didn't catch a fish until probably like 2 or 3 hours ago. So yeah.
Well, now.
Both keepers though.
So you had all keepers. You guys have anything to challenge the 4-pound big bass?
No. Nothing that big.
Who would you guys like to thank for fishing today? I'll start with Lakin.
Miguel Christian, Baseball and Salon, and John Clark, attorney at law.
All right, John Clark, attorney at law, that has the scales of justice, which has been helping us out here today. So you guys had 5 fish for 413, Nick. Very valuable points. So can you tell me, who would you like to thank?
I'd like to thank R&J Gas and Right Way Construction.
All right, so guys, big points day today. Good job. Go ahead and head on off. We'll get the next group coming up here. Got another group. Hey, take your fish with you, get a picture, make sure they go right back into the lake. Now, some of you at home that are avid fishermen may be wondering, we had somebody talk about weighing in a 12-incher. I called the OD&R department, and they allowed us today because we are doing immediate live release. They gave us waivers to go ahead and allow us to take anything from 12 to 15, go ahead and weigh it in, and then return it back to Burr Oak. So we want to thank the Department of Natural Resources for helping us out there and helping our anglers along. All right, so we got another group coming up here from Oak Hill. Looks like they got a fairly heavy bag here. So guys, come on up here and tell me how things went today. All right, we got Morgan Hammond and we got Weston Foster. So how'd it go?
Oh, it could have been better. It was pretty slow today.
How many fish do you think you ended up with altogether?
One that made it.
One that made it. Who caught the one?
I did.
How did you catch that fish, sir?
I was just flipping a tube around cover.
Cover? All right, so who would you like to thank for making today possible and you guys being able to fish today?
I would like to thank H&H Industries and Rowdy Smokehouse.
All right, Weston, did you learn anything here today?
Learn some more casting skills and flipping skills.
All right, so you guys excited about the next time we're going to fish, May the 2nd?
Yes, sir.
All righty, so you guys had that one fish for 0.9 pounds, going to get you some valuable points in the points race. Thank you guys for coming. We appreciate it. Go ahead and exit off to the side there. Take your fish, get some pictures, make sure you return the bag. All right, got another set of anglers coming up from Oak Hill. Mr. Hunter Gilliland and Mr. Connor Boggs. And you guys, I happen to have something for you that I forgot.
Oh.
Last year, you guys won a banner from us, did you not?
Yeah, I think we did.
Yes, you guys did. So it looks like you got some fish here today. So how many did you end up with, Connor?
5.
5 fish. Did you have anything big and heavy, you think?
No.
No. So, all right, so tell us, now how many fish did you catch all together today?
I'd say like 9, 10, probably 20 crappie. 20?
Whoa. Well, you guys might be able to go back out there and get some dinner then.
Yeah.
So on the bass, how did you guys catch them today?
Black jigs.
Black
Just
jigs.
beating the bank all day.
Beating the bank all day. Yeah. All right, so did you each bring in a couple keepers?
Yeah. I think it's pretty even.
Yeah. All right, Hunter, how did you just fishing a black jig? How deep were you fishing?
Probably 5 to 8 foot.
5 to 8 foot. All right, guys. You got 2.93 pounds, which is going to help you guys out in the points race. We look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Looks like are we down to just one more bag? We got 2 seniors coming up here from JHS Bass, Mr. Wesley Clagg and Mr. Brady Daly. All right, guys. Doesn't look like you had the numbers you wanted today, huh, Brady?
No, not today. We couldn't quite get them caught. We caught a couple small ones, but couldn't get on any of the big ones.
So how many fish did you bring in?
3.
3. How many of them did you catch?
2.
2. What did you catch them on?
Caught them on a Ned rig, caught one on a crankbait, and one on a Texas rig.
And one on a Texas rig. Wes, how did you catch yours?
Caught mine on a Texas rig.
Texas rig. How deep do you think you guys were catching these fish?
Anywhere from 3 to 8 feet deep.
3 to 8 feet deep. Wes, who would you like to thank today for making it possible for you guys to be able to be out here and fishing?
OHM WC Law Firm.
I would like to thank Steve Evans Sausage and Brian Dixon for helping us get out here today.
All right, so you guys ended up with some valuable points. You got 3.0 pounds, 3.02 pounds, or point, wow. Take 900. 3.02 pounds is what you guys ended up with. Some valuable points today. So you guys go ahead and head off there into the sunset. And I believe, is that everybody? Do we have anybody else that has not yet got weighed in? If we got anybody else that hasn't got weighed in, I want to go ahead and have Olivia Stacy and Grant Regal come up, and we're going to talk to them first again, and then we'll be talking to Mr. Harris and Mr. Rumley. So guys, come on up here real fast. Now, we're going to try to, but despite the weather conditions and all that stuff we had going on, we will be posting results hopefully later tonight and get those all finalized and all that. We're trying to use Weighbook to make things more interactive for everybody. We want to again thank John and Clark for the scales. And today, this tournament was brought to you by one of our main boat sponsors, and that is Bryn Mawr Construction. And we just want to thank them for helping us out. So, Grant, let's just kind of recap again. How did you catch that big bass?
So I was throwing, like I said, a Spro rock crawler right off the bank. I casted it out, let it get down. And then what was weird is that I didn't know I had a fish on. I just thought it was a lot of tension on the crankbait. And so I was bringing it back to the boat, and then I saw the fish swirl and then realized that it was a big one.
All right, so now if I'm correct, Aaron, 8-point-something won, 7.28 got second. All right, so this is a great start for this year. And again, we will get the official results. If I make any mistakes, I apologize. We will correct them. But I believe with 7.28 pounds, you guys got your second place finish. Big 5-fish limit. So you guys have your eyes set on Cumberland.
Yeah, I do. We do.
All right, Olivia, you came in clutch right there at the last minute again, got that last fish in the boat. What did you catch that fish on?
I was throwing pretty much the same thing, the Spro rock crawler, but it was in the regular green. We had figured out at the last minute what they were hitting on, and thankfully it was enough to bring in that last one.
All right, so congratulations, everybody. Big bass, Mr. Grant Regal. All right, Mr. Harris and Mr. Rumley. We want to welcome to the winner's circle here of the first stop on the SOHS, short for Southern Ohio High School Bass Circuit. National Championship qualifying points are starting out. You guys are starting with the lead. You got to feel pretty good about that.
Yep, little motivating.
Little motivating. Hey, we know you guys are going to be there and you're going to be fishing until the end in every tournament. So we know hopefully we're going to have 5 tournaments today. So do you got any advice on anybody on how to catch fish on that square bill? You really have caught a lot of fish that I've witnessed in the tournaments I've seen you in, really just putting on a clinic with that thing. So is there any secret you can pass along or something you could give to the beginner out there that might help them a little bit besides going and buying one?
Just look for the right spots. If you find something shallow and rocky, you'll catch fish.
All right, so again, the winners of the Big Bass Bash presented by Bryn Mawr here at Burr Oak, Mr. Carson Harris and Mr. Carter Rumley. All right, guys, go ahead and head off to the stage there. We look forward to seeing you guys next time and seeing what you can do. All right, so despite the weather, we were able to kind of hang in there and get this done. We will try to be on the air next time, May the 2nd, and hopefully it'll be a little bit drier, a little bit less windy, especially at weigh-in time, so we can try to get this to you all interrupted. We want to thank everybody for tuning in, and I've got one more thing. Can we get Mr. Gunnar Pennington to come up here, please? All right. Last week at the practice tournament that we had for JHS Bass, we had our big Walmart gift card raffle. And we asked for a volunteer from the studio audience to come up and help pull the ticket for us. And we had a lot of people that turned away, didn't we, Gunnar?
Yeah.
And we had one person who was brave enough to come up and actually go ahead and pull the ticket. Can you tell me who that person was?
Gunnar Pennington.
Gunnar Pennington. Now, Gunnar Pennington, I want to remind everybody, and I want to thank one Mr. Gary Davis, who was the winner of the ticket. Do you know what he said when I called him on the phone? You got any idea?
No.
No. Well, I'll tell you how the phone conversation went. I talked to him, congratulated him. He was like, awesome. He goes, I just wanted to support your team and all that. And I told him about you being the one brave enough to come up here and pull the ticket. And he said, you know what? He says, I actually live out of town. And he goes, instead of me kind of come up there and get the ticket, he said, and collect that gift card for $500 to Walmart, I think you ought to give it to Mr. Gunnar Pennington.
Thank you.
So, congratulations, sir. We will be getting that gift card to you soon.
Hi.
You got any idea, just off the top of your head, what you might buy at Wally World for $500?
I don't know.
Okay, you can't buy a lot of candy. All right? Or soda. Go for a big ticket item. Thank you, sir, for helping us. And I just want to thank everybody that was part of our raffle, and all the sponsors that we've had have been great to us and helping us. This was a little bit of a 3-ring circus and a fire drill kind of all together, trying to run through this weather. I want to thank Aaron Collier and Cohen Oyer for running our scales. Again, the scales of justice were given to us and presented to us by John Clark, attorney at law of Clark Law Offices of Jackson and Chillicothe. So we want to thank you all. We're going to make the announcement soon. There's been some water conditions, some hazardous stuff for beginners fishing Rocky Fork, so we might have to move the tournament, but I will be posting that and letting everybody know as soon as we can. We just want to thank you guys for tuning in. We want to thank Stellar Films. We want to thank the administration and the board and Mr. Phil Howard and our AD, Mr. Waylon Massey, who got this program started with us 4 years ago. And I just want to congratulate him. He won an award for AD of the Year, well deserved. And we just want to thank everybody for tuning in. We will talk to you guys next time on JHS Bass through the Southern Ohio Bass Circuit. Thank you guys, and we'll see you next time.
This stream was brought to you by the Southern Ohio or Mid-Ohio Valley Film Commission, the First Choice Heating and Cooling of Southern Ohio, and Albany Lodge 723. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, Stephen, it's the Mid-Ohio Valley Film Commission is what that is.
You put me on the spot. It was totally by accident. I hope you all enjoyed.
I hope you enjoyed too. We're soaked. Everybody's soaked. The equipment is soaked.
I'm ready to go home. I'm cold.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next weekend. Wait, is it next weekend?
May 2nd.
May 2nd. That's not next weekend. I think that's the weekend after. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Oh yeah, an uninterrupted version of this will be uploaded probably sometime tomorrow.